Guys, suntok sa buwan na makuha ko yung oo ni Hannah for this. So, let's go and start. Hannah! Sino si Hannah? Ano si Hannah? Bakit si Hannah nandito? My first question. And you guys have to find out kung ano ba talaga si Hannah, sino ba talaga siya, and bakit natin siya susuportahan, diba? So, please make sure that you watch the full video para naman kasama kayo sa aming tea party.
Instead of helping as a doctor, I can help the people that maybe they don't have a voice, so I'm helping the voiceless, or they can't prove something, that something happened. So yeah, it's really so interesting. That's really why I wanted to pursue forensics. There's a high crime rate here in the Philippines, and so I really want to prevent the crime happening. Instead of me being the one to show up at the crime, how about I become the one that can prevent it? She replied, and then she went through some of my pictures, like Pia, and then she went through and was commenting like pretty girl and stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh. I had a taboo, but then we also thought, how can we make it more special? So we went to an orphanage, and 4 times since then I've visited, and I spent my 23rd birthday here last January. So I went again and donated funds from my family, friends, and myself. Guys, just don't compare me to Catriona. I'm my own person, and I think I'm very prepared.
Hola! You guys may know me as Tita Lavinia from Tita's of Pageantry. I'm a beauty pageant enthusiast, and I'm also a fashion writer for a wedding magazine. Please don't forget to hit subscribe and the bell notification button para naman updated kayo sa mga ganap sa Hanash ko. And speaking of Hanash, eto na guys. Nakuha ko na. I am super duper privileged to have the first interview with the uber beautiful Hannah Arnold.
Yay! Hello!
So we have a new segment. Well, technically guys, hindi naman talaga to new segment. Nagawa na namin to kay Eileen De Vera. Kaso lang, sorry Eileen, wala pa kaming props noon. So we are calling this segment Sipping and Spilling Tea with Tita L. So, as you know, gusto nyo sana kaming mag-interview ng more girls. We're trying our best to find more girls on board. So again, Hannah, thank you! Super thank you! I'll pour some tea.
Thank you.
Ay, diba? So Hannah, let's start with something with a bang.
Yay.
Are you going to submit your application for Binibining Pilipinas this year?
Yes, Tita Lavinia. So this is the first time I'm saying it. Yes, I will be handing in an application for Binibining Pilipinas 2019.
Hooray, hooray, hooray. We are happy. Thank you very much for trusting us. Thank you for sitting down and finally putting it out there in the open that you will be joining Binibining Pilipinas. Why though? Why are you joining? Well, I'm only asking why because people will definitely compare you to Catriona Gray. As you know guys, kung nagbabasa na kayo ng mga articles about Hannah or may naririnig na kayo about Hannah, your background is very similar to Catriona. You grew up in Australia and you are half Australian with Irish heritage. Kat naman grew up in Australia as well, was born there with Scottish heritage. So, why are you joining? Isn't that something that would make like other people super nervous?
Okay, so I graduated with forensic science, Bachelor of Forensic Science. So in my nature, I want to help people. And syempre, joining a pageant, you're going to be helping people by explaining your advocacy, you're becoming a role model, you can voice out opinions, and then when they ask Q&A, you're giving your voice out there to people. So I really want to help, that's why I'm joining. And of course, I want to rekindle my Filipino roots, so that's why I'm here. And yeah, guys, just don't compare me to Catriona. I'm my own person, and I I think I'm very prepared.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, the comparison, of course, we cannot really dictate to everybody to not compare you. Actually, there are some people who compare your features to Pia Wurtzbach. So how do you feel about this?
Well, I absolutely love Pia. Actually, I have a little story. So in 2015, when she just won the title of Binibining Universe, actually I was about to go into one of my science classes, and my friend commented on her picture, tagging me saying we look alike. And then I replied like, you just made my day. And then I went into class because we're not allowed to bring our phones. And then she replied, and then she went through some of my pictures, like Pia, and then she went through and was commenting like, pretty girl and stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Wait, I vaguely remember an exchange like that from like years ago.
Wow, well, it was 2015, yes. So since then, I was like, oh my gosh, I love her, and yeah. She's my all-time favorite.
And you know what? Even if you get compared naman to like established like beauty pageant girls, it really has something to do with your stylist, because the stylist, if you coordinate with your stylist in an effective manner, they could like make changes naman talaga, and you won't get stuck with a look that has been done by Pia or a look that has been done by Catriona. I'm pretty sure they're gonna make fabulous changes because our styling team in the Philippines is the best. Trust. So, people want to really know you, and now that they're like hearing you, now that they get to like see how animated you are, because here in the Philippines, there really is a stigma that if you're biracial or if you're mestiza, sometimes you get to be, you know, untouchable, unreachable, unapproachable. So, how do you, like, show people that, you know, they could be at ease around you? Is it just your winning personality?
Guys, I'm really just a typical 23-year-old. I take the tricycle and jeep almost every day. Yeah, please approach me, please hang out with me. I want more friends, please. I'm always with my tita, so come on, be my friend.
So you're not like that?
No, and that's another thing, like I hope people don't expect me to have goal-worthy news feed. Everything I post is my opinions, like for example, when it's International Girls Day or International Girls in Science, I really post about that, and or if it's a picture of me and my relatives, I really post the highlights and the days that made me so happy. So yeah, just follow me.
Sometimes because that's really refreshing. So I want to break this one down into, first of all, your physical features, because people want to know. You're very tall. I first met you at Miss World, but it was in passing, you know.
Oh my gosh, I'm still so grateful, because guys, I'll actually tell you. So I was there to watch Miss World Philippines because my friend Glyza was handing over her first princess title, and then Tita Bella and Tita Lavinia approached, and then since then they've been supporting me, even though I never confirmed I'm gonna join a future pageant. They've been like just super friendly and supportive. I super love them.
Thank you. When we met you, we had like an instruction that maybe you might join, maybe you might not join. So we didn't really say, watch out for her because she's gonna join. We were just like giving, you know, sometimes Bella would even post your photos without like a really catchy caption. So, I don't know, just keeps the mystery, but now she's no longer a mystery because she's here.
Yes, but I really do like owe most of my support to you guys, because actually my aspirations to become a candidate, it was all like a secret. I was actually planning to just show up on the day of applications and people would be like, who is this? But one day you guys really posted one of my favorite pictures as well, where my makeup and everything was really done because I was at a photo shoot. And then suddenly that's when everything like went crazy. Suddenly overnight I had my Hannah bees, my supporters. So yeah, it's
so
been
say
amazing.
it with me. Why do we like that photo? Because it's placado.
You want me to say?
Yeah, placado.
Placado.
Oh, placado. Because the face, hair, makeup styling was all on point. So when you say placado, that's on point.
Oh, there we go. I didn't know that one.
Now you know.
Yes, I really owe it to the whole team. Yeah.
So you have your followers right now. Well, in the next couple of months and eventually, if you end up doing really well in Binibining Pilipinas, I'm sure you're gonna have like more Instagram pages devoted to you. But for now, you have your honeybees. Is that right?
Hannah Bees.
Hannah Bees.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a play on your name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So of course, honeybees. There's, you know, you're working together as a team to get the honey, and so we're saying that the honey for us is a crown, or you know, become a candidate first, and so they call me Queen Bee.
Oh, diba?
Yeah.
Queen Bee ka agad.
And then I call them my BBs, like
Oh.
like baby.
Oh, hindi na natin kailangan ng social media lessons for Hannah. In a way, what you have to do is like you really have to get yourself out there. You have to be your own PR machine, because if you don't have like supporters, you have to market yourself. You
Yeah.
have to find a way.
Yeah, like I really didn't realize how much support is really needed with it, especially because in Australia it's completely different.
It's different, yes.
Yeah, here it's really a part of the culture, and I'm feeling like we're really like a family with the fans.
It's true. Your name is like getting more like,
Yeah.
out there, because I remember the other day was Kat's parade in Cubao,
Yeah.
and I did not expect to see you there.
Mhm.
You had barely any makeup on. You just had like a fabulous ear cuff, and I was talking to a friend, and we were like saying, people were like lining up to take a photo with you, and they didn't even know who or why everyone else was lining up.
Yes.
So,
Oh my gosh.
how do you feel about that?
That was incredible. So I actually went to go watch with my Hannah Bees. So there was 4 of us, like just some of us from Hannah Bees watching, because of course it's Miss Universe going on, and I love Catriona. And then suddenly we were just walking, and then people yelled out Hannah, and like my cousin was like, Hannah, they're calling for you, and I was like, really? Are you sure it's not like someone else called Hannah? And then I turned around, they were like, ah! And I was like, oh my gosh.
Why me?
Yeah, and then, so of course, I want to meet the people, so we were taking pictures, and then, I guess a lot of people were just taking pictures. They didn't actually know who I was, but my cheeks still like hurt a bit, because I was just smiling and laughing for like, it felt like hours, but it was so fun.
Your first taste of...
Yes.
Can you imagine? That will be magnified into like 1,000 folds when if you eventually do really well. So I want to get to know more about like your childhood, because you were born in Australia, right? And you also grew up in Australia. What about the Filipino aspect of your being? Was it pronounced, or was it something that was just in the background?
So like you said, I was born and raised in Australia. So Canberra in Australia, no one really knows it's the capital,
But I do. Trust!
It's the capital of Australia. So it's very quiet compared to here in the Philippines. But actually the first time I came to the Philippines, I was 6 months old.
Okay,
so I'm trying to think, how did my mom and dad like deal with me like on the
Baka naman
airplane?
mabait ka sa plane. Baka naman di ka nag-war lang, baby. O, diba?
So that was for my baptism in Masbate, because my mom's from Masbate. Yes. And then almost every year since then, we've been coming for vacations, but only around 2 or 3 weeks at a time. I have so many cousins as well, by the way. My mom is one of 10 siblings. So I have a lot. So every time I come, oh my gosh, it's like a celebration. And I have an older sister as well, by the way. So whenever both of us come, it's really like we're getting introduced to all the food and everything. But also at home, my mom cooks all Filipino dishes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're really immersed in the culture.
Yes, and the Filipino community in Canberra is really big as well.
I see.
Yeah, so actually I used to do traditional dancing as well when I was little. So the tinikling,
I think not a lot of people will focus on the Filipino community abroad, because whenever somebody from out of the country comes to the Philippines and signs up and become like a beauty queen, sometimes they would dismiss these girls as someone, you just want the Philippine sash because the Philippine sash is super powerful. But what they don't know is that, these girls or these men and women, they're actually quite active in their communities. in like Italy, in the US, in
super.
Australia. So
Yeah.
sometimes you have like more of an insight on how to be Filipino than the rest of us here who just go on every day.
Well, yeah. Well, that's again why I'm really here because
It's different.
yeah, it's
na.
very different. And the reason I did choose the Philippines to represent is because I thought about which country needs my help the most.
Mhm.
So using my experience from Australia, hoping to impart it here, yeah, and definitely Philippines, it's underdeveloped. So hoping to really be a voice and help here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about like something physical first. How tall are you? I mean, unofficially, because I understand
Yeah.
that if you're gonna be screened for Binibining Pilipinas, they have a different set of like measurements. But
Yeah.
how tall are you?
Yeah, so I heard sometimes there it goes down.
Yeah, I
Like if
know.
you're 5'10", it goes down to like 5'9".
I know, and we're like, oh, I don't know, it's my beach.
Yeah, so yeah, I actually have seen a lot of people trying to guess how tall I am as well. But what we're thinking from our measurements is somewhere between 5'10", 5'11".
5'10", 5'11". Okay. So guys, I am super mesmerized. As you know me, I'm forever mesmerized. With Eileen, I was mesmerized as well. But that's just me. I love beautiful women. I am not from the other team, but I just love beauty in general. So you have super mesmerizing eyes.
Yeah,
What color are
thank you.
your eyes?
Actually, this is another like weird thing that sometimes they change color, kind of like a mood ring.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so actually when I was born they were blue, and so my sister and I always like joke that I'm kind of like a ring-tailed lemur because when they're little they have blue eyes and then it changes.
Even kittens have blue eyes.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
diba, I know.
so sometimes it comes across really green and sometimes hazily. So I don't know, we'll see when I meet you guys what color they want to be that day.
So in the Philippines, whenever we have like photo shoots, like editorials for the girls, some of the more common comments say something about, ang ganda sana kaso nag-contact lens pa. So what about you? Whenever you go to these photo shoots, do you still wear contact lenses or
No.
as it is na lang?
No, it's just my natural eye color. I do wear contacts for my vision. I'm not wearing some now, but sometimes for events I can't see far away. So they're clear though. But no, it's my color, and I guess it's also the makeup. Sometimes I realize when my eyes, the eyeshadow is brown. Sometimes my eyes look more green.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's a mixture of everything,
That's true,
and the
that's
lighting in the studio. But yeah, everything is natural, unless the photographer like really edited it or something.
True,
But
true.
yeah,
Yun.
natural.
I like your features because you can be more editorial, but with the right styling and the right guidance, of course, they can transform you into like beauty queen type. So speaking of styling, if you're gonna join Binibining Pilipinas, of course, everybody will say, I want to win the Miss Universe crown, right? But there are instances that things don't go out the way you want. Sometimes you get one of the other crowns, which is okay lang naman din.
Super.
So, from what I gather, you're like very relaxed. You're not really super like out there when it comes to styling. You tend to be also quite casual. So in the Philippines, one of the reasons as to why we've been doing really well is because we get to study the profile of each pageant, and we package our girls in such a way. So how would you balance this? What if you get crowned for a pageant that's like more, booty cooching and more, I mean, are you okay with like maybe switching your personality a bit, just so it could fit a specific pageant profile?
Yeah, like me and my family and friends, we know the real me like this. So of course, if needed, I'll just add a little bit more, just enhance.
So I want to ask you about something that's super interesting and something super unique about you, which was the decision to take up forensics. Now, I know for a fact I'm into forensics. Like, I know some of you guys are also like binge watching crime, crime shows, serial
Podcasts,
killers.
yeah.
I know. But it's one thing to be super interested, it's another thing to actually take it up.
So it really started, like what my mom tells me, is when I was really little, I wanted to be a vet.
Okay.
Because we had cats and like fish and stuff. I was like, I want to help them. But then my pop got sick. So then when I was in hospital, I thought, I want to be a doctor. And then as I grew older, I realized I'm really good at science.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
and I
you were really good
enjoyed
in science.
science.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
because you're putting two and two together and then you're creating something or, you know, figuring out something. So I loved science. And then as I went through college, we had to apply for what we wanted to do in university, and then I didn't even realize that there was like forensic science. And then especially from visiting Philippines and hearing on the news there's so much crime,
We don't have a lot of like forensic stuff.
yeah,
here.
so I really thought, oh my gosh, I can do science, I enjoy it, and then also help people. So instead of helping as a doctor, I can help the people that maybe they don't have a voice, so I'm helping the voiceless, or they can't prove something, that something happened. So yeah, it's really so interesting. That's really why I wanted to pursue forensics.
But when people think about forensics, the first thing they think about is all that blood, all that gore, all that. Is this something that you... I don't know, because I haven't really met anyone who studied forensics.
So I haven't actually gone into the career as of yet because I'm here, but hopefully in the future I will. During my first year of study, I was really telling everyone and believing that maybe I can be the like crime scene investigator, like soccer, yeah.
Oh my god. Is that okay with you? All that blood and all that like
Yeah.
mutilated like human parts.
Yeah.
Talaga.
I was really interested in that because I'm a curious person.
Okay.
So I thought maybe my eye will really catch something like in the crime scene like that.
Wow,
Yeah.
that takes like super duper guts.
Yeah, but also some of the units we had were like toxicology.
So like with chemicals.
Yeah, and then comparing fibers. Even one day on like the hottest day ever, we had to like climb up a mountain, collect dirt, and then see if it matched some that was from evidence. So there's like so many different areas, or even fires and that. But for me, yeah, I'm really interested being crime scene investigator.
And it's also nice for you as a candidate or an aspiring candidate to put yourself out there and then put science out there. Not to like bring down the other courses. It's just that it's nice for women, especially young girls, to really realize that there's really more to, I don't know, maybe nursing, or maybe more to going out of the country and finding work out of the country. So if you can be that voice, I mean, I don't know, it might just open doors, right?
Yeah, I really hope it
might just open
inspires.
doors,
Yeah, not
right?
only just girls, women, but boys
Boys
as well.
yeah.
Science, the STEM industry. We really do need more people because technology is advancing, and yeah, there's so many things that we need people's brains, hands-on things. So
We have to catch up because we have
Yeah.
everything. We have the goods. All we need is like technology and like high-speed internet. Guys, we need this. All right.
yeah.
So good. I'm bringing this one up because that will definitely set you apart. As you know, in the Philippines, and in the international pageant arena, everybody is going to talk about a solid advocacy. And one of the things that we learned about when we started posting you is that we started getting comments, Tita, she has a solid advocacy, solid. And everyone was like, this is someone who's legit. Tell me more about the charity title that you got in Australia.
Okay, yeah.
Why did you get that title?
Well, like you said as well, there's nothing wrong with the girls that are joining that don't have such a strong advocacy already set up. But you know, just as long as they have something in mind that they want to work on, be a voice for. Even like for me, you know, being a voice for science. So even if someone else is working in a business related something like industry, they can still bring something as an advocacy, I guess, like
True.
that. Yeah. But yeah, going back to my advocacy, so again, because forensic science, there's a high crime rate here in the Philippines, and so I really want to prevent the crime happening. Instead of me being the one to show up at the crime, how about I become the one that can prevent it?
You can, because everyone will just say, why commit a crime when we can look at something so beautiful, working?
Yeah, so I guess what people have seen online is maybe my video where I was handing out school supplies. So that was in August last year. The reason I did that was because, again, I think everything stems from education. So I want to keep the children motivated. It may sound cliche, similar to other girls, but it's what's really relevant, what we need to focus on. So keeping the children motivated so they won't end up committing crimes or being victims of crime.
Motivated or busy? Keep the children busy.
Yeah, and empowered. So by giving them some school supplies, well, for example, if I receive a present from someone, it really makes me feel like, oh my gosh, this person cares for me.
Loved,
yes. Right? And then again, your other question, with Miss Charity. So I joined Miss Philippines Australia 2014, and one of the titles up for grabs was Charity Queen Australia 2014. And the girl that would win this is the one that raised the most amount of funds.
Okay.
So for all of 2014, with the help of the community in Canberra, we held fundraising events, dinners, concerts, and all of this money, not just mine, but all of the candidates, myself and Miss Philippines Australia, we came here and we visited orphanages, we visited Hannah Pilipinas dance troupe, we gave scholarships, so that was...
Legit.
Yeah, so that was during 2015, and then, I guess really my passion just kept on going, because also my 18th birthday, my parents brought me to an orphanage here.
I remember. I saw your Instagram post.
So for my 18th, I had a debut, but then we also thought, how can we make it more special? So we went to an orphanage, and 4 times since then I've visited, and I spent my 23rd birthday here last January. So I went again and donated funds from my family, friends, and myself.
Paronahan na yan. So it's a really nice upbringing. Hearing you, it seems well-rounded, and you're grounded. So it's good. It's something that we can build on, or you can build on as you go along your Binibining Pilipinas journey.
Yeah.
So
of course, we're learning every day.
So guys, there you go. There's a little bit of Hannah. I'm not gonna ask her more questions, because what I want for Hannah is to formally introduce herself to you guys, because I'm pretty sure that once this interview goes out, you will be trained and you will be asked similar questions. So I don't know if you will get tired. So but there will definitely be more questions ranging from something super general and broad to something super personal. So I'm just gonna leave that as our personal chika. So
Yay, thank you.
there you go. Well, you passed. Joke. Wala naman kaming test dito. But I just wanted like for someone like Hannah, who hasn't been really out there. If I'm not mistaken, this is your first time for a sit-down?
Yeah.
Oh, diba? Sobrang level up kami. So, well, at least now people have an idea about you. So
thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And thank you for the
tea.
It's lemon.
So I'm not gonna ask you about the preparations that you've been doing, because I know that you have a different strategy on how these things work now. There you go. So Hannah, please invite them to your social media platforms and invite them to support you.
Thank you. So my Instagram is ArnoldHan_. It's a bit hard to find sometimes, but that's just going to be my username for now. And Facebook page is Hannah Constantino Arnold. There's also a Facebook profile you can add, and it's just Hannah Arnold. And then from there I can add you to the Hannah Bees groups, and so thank you so much to everyone. Really, I do read everything. I may not have the time to reply, but it's really empowering me, especially just everything is just really empowering. So thank you.